I got that kind of.
It is unquestionable that Kale is the embodiment of the legendary Super Saiyan Broly. Everything her form does is either a direct callback or a homage to the Broly movie, which really does tell you that Dragon Ball Super is completely self-aware that this is indeed the canon version of Broly. The female Broly, if you will, which is something unorthodox for Dragon Ball Super to do. I mean, rarely do we see Dragon Ball taking direct references from the movies. In fact, the only time something like this happened was when Toriyama featured Bardock in his manga, as Bardock the father of Goku was not written by Toriyama, it was actually written by Takao Toriyama. Toriyama was really impressed by the story that he implemented Bardock in the main continuity of Dragon Ball, so needless to say, these occurrences are quite rare. However, is that really the only reference that Dragon Ball Super took? Or could it be that Dragon Ball Super also drew inspiration from somewhere else as well? What if I tell you that Dragon Ball Super gave us a pretty interesting hint? When Vegeta sees Kale's Super Saiyan Berserk form, he comments by telling Goku to be careful, as her form might be the original Super Saiyan form. So it could likely suggest that this is a reference to the time when Vegeta first thought Goku was a Super Saiyan on Namek. In episode 66 of Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta comments how Super Saiyans were said to appear once in 1,000 years, and the last one that appeared was too strong to control his power. It was implied by the flashbacks that Vegeta had in that episode that the last Super Saiyan was in his Ozaru form and was too enraged to control himself. The reason why I say implied because unlike the English version which says those things, the Japanese doesn't say the last Super Saiyan was a great ape. Therefore we conclude that this is only what Vegeta was depicting from the legend that he has heard. Which makes sense since the only transformation that Saiyans knew was the Ozaru form. Additionally, in that same flashback, Vegeta says that he is the one who is supposed to be a Super Saiyan. And what do you know? The golden ape is depicted with the same hairstyle as Vegeta. Coincidence? Possibly. But this is Vegeta's own image of a Super Saiyan. So when Vegeta sees Goku go Super Saiyan for the first time, he assumed that Goku did indeed achieve that Super Saiyan which he had believed was a legend. But in Dragon Ball Super episode 100, it seems that the writers are trying to play a little here with the narrative, possibly insinuate that the form that Vegeta heard in the legends was that of a Super Saiyan Berserker, a form of the Saiyans that no one can access but specific characters, which if you think about it, Universe 6 mirrors Universe 7, and when we are first introduced to Kaba in the Universe 6 arc, Kaba told Vegeta that the Saiyans in Universe 6 hail from planet Sidal. Shocked by what he had heard, Vegeta says planet Sidal still exists. Vegeta then explains that in Universe 7, planet Sidal was destroyed due to eternal conflict, causing the Saiyans to migrate to what is formerly known as planet Vegeta. Of course, the causes of the internal conflict was never revealed. However, we could conclude that the original Super Saiyan must have hailed from planet Sidal, the same planet that Kale is from. Now, I'm not saying that planet Sidal was destroyed by the original Super Saiyan, since the timeline is unclear in the canon show, but the only thing we know about the Saiyan invasion are from filler scenes in Dragon Ball Z, such as the scene where King Kai tells Goku how the Saiyans took over the Tuffle planet, or the Cypherians. But it's interesting to theorize that Kale could possibly end up being the legendary Super Saiyan that drove the Saiyans out of planet Sidal. Just think about it, Universe 6 never ever heard about the Super Saiyan legend, unlike Vegeta. That's why Kaba, despite being developed, was surprised to see that what a Super Saiyan was. In fact, he never heard of it until he was taught by Vegeta. So if Kale wasn't tamed by her love for Caulifla, she would have probably been the one who would eventually drive the Saiyans out of their planet, causing a huge crisis, which could end up being the development of the evil Saiyans. Of course, this is just my own theory, a fun way to look at things. And hey, if you want to make things more fun, in the movie Battle of Gods, it was stated that a group of righteous Saiyans defeated the evil Saiyans. It would be really interesting the Super Saiyan God was actually born to combat the evil Saiyan Berserker, because unlike the regular Super Saiyan transformation, the Berserk form is much more violent and destructive. As such, Super Saiyan characters can control themselves, but the Berserker form is only concerned with mindless destruction. Of course, this is just a theory based on how Vegeta recognized that form. However, it's interesting to note that he didn't recognize what Super Saiyan God was. Therefore, the battle between the Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Berserker could have also been lost in history. I mean, Universe 6 mirrors Universe 7 in so many ways, so history could also be mirrored as well. Of course, I'll say this again, I'm not confirming this, I'm just having fun with this information. And I would love to hear your thoughts on this, guys. Do you think Dragon Ball Super was trying to reference the original Super Saiyan? Like, okay, I know Toriyama obviously did not intend that to be the case when he wrote that chapter, but it would be a nice twist to try and fit that in Dragon Ball Super. But overall, these are just my thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.